Um, anyway, so a little more about myself. My first business was a business that was called Webster Group International. It was also known as WGI, and what we did is we started in 1995. I formed it. It was one of these classic forming it in the basement of your house. We provided search engine optimization services that would guarantee that your website would get to the very top of the search engines. It's also called SEO. That's a lot of the abbreviation that you see online when you see online marketing. And literally one of the very first companies in the world providing the service in 95. To give you some perspective, in 1994 was when Netscape started. Google didn't even start until 97. So we were in 95 doing the service, and literally one of the first ones in the world doing that. So in addition to that, that was a consulting business where we provided the service for our clientele. But in addition to that, I created a software product called Site Promoter. And that was sold nationwide via online delivery and also in big computer stores like CompUSA and stores like Office Depot and that kind of thing. But it was designed for the small business owner who didn't have thousands of dollars to spend for their marketing campaigns, but they wanted to be able to have good site rankings as well to get high up in the search engine. So that was available to them to get their sites to the top of the search engine. So that was the two businesses that I had, and then I'm proud to say that those businesses earned me the ranking of the 5th fastest growing technology business in St. Louis in 2001. So we were awarded, we ranked number 5 out of the Fast 50, and that was put out by Deloitte and Touche. And I believe that competition still operates to this day. I think they still do every year do the Fast 50 and also the nationwide Fast 500. So we were ranked number 5 in St. Louis and number 369 nationwide for the software / internet marketing business that we had. So my business was doing great. It was soaring. We were just very, very busy, but I was really missing my time with my family, and I wanted to spend time raising my 2 girls because, when I started this business, the idea was it started in my basement. They were 1 and 4, and the idea was to start in my basement. I could have some nice little business to run from home while I was, raising my kids, but within 1 year I had, no lie, 20 people working in my basement, and of course we had to move to office space because that wasn't working out too well. But anyway, it kind of grew beyond my wildest dreams, and I was just crazy busy. And so in 2000, I decided to sell it and put my family first and spend my time raising my girls. And the business still runs today with many of the same people I hired. The first person I hired still works there. My right-hand man is now the partner on the business. So the business is still doing quite well and is still running today. But then, as my kids got older and they were going into high school a few years back, I got started investing in real estate, which is what my husband and I, we'd always wanted to do. Our parents both were retiring on their real estate investments, and we knew it was really the way to go. And so finally, once the kids got a little bit older, we decided we're going to venture into this, and so I got involved in real estate investing myself. And I started with short sales. I have some rental properties as well. I've done subject to deals where I take over payments of a house by taking it over subject to the existing mortgage, so I don't have to get my loan of my own. And also sold properties as lease options with tenants that were credit challenged and need some work to get their credit repaired. So I've kind of done the whole gamut. The one thing I haven't really done much is wholesaling. I know a lot of people get started with that. But I've done, a wide range of real estate investing in my career. So I was doing a lot of flips, and I was buying a house and then selling it the same day to someone else. And, of course, my profit would be the difference between how much I bought it for and then how much I sold it for. Well, that's known as an A to B and then a B to C transaction, where A is the person selling the house, that's who I'm buying it from. B, I'm the investor who's buying the house, and then C, that's the person that I'm selling the house to. So that's an A to B and B to C transaction. And back in the good old days, which was just about 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah, I was going to say like yesterday.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean, literally, the rules, it's changing every week. There's just different things that are happening all of the time. So you just really need to keep up with the latest and be adept at moving around and adjusting, which is what my business has done, since we've started it. It's just adapted to the different circumstances. But back when everything was lovely, in the good old days, the title company would allow you to use the cash from the B to C transaction to pay off the A to B transaction. And what they would do is they would close both deals on the same day, and maybe even in some cases do the paperwork for the second transaction first. And then they would take the cash that was paid on the second transaction and use that to pay off the first transaction. So, for example, if you had a deal, let's say you made a deal with the bank to buy a short sale for $100,000, and then you find somebody to buy it from you for $150,000, you arrange to close both of them on the same day at the same title company, and then the title company would take the money from the $150,000 and then use that to pay off the $100,000, and then you would get the $50,000 difference. So you didn't have to come to the table with any money at all. And it has always been a great way for investors to get in and do short sales, because a lot of investors are trying to improve their life and get a better place in life. Maybe they don't have a lot of money to put into their deals. So this has always been really a great strategy to profit and move forward with real estate investing. But then came the mortgage crisis, and there were tons of foreclosures, and the economy was tanking. Everybody was completely upside down in their house. And so what happened then is that the title companies, they just became much more cautious.